Video opens with a shot of a stylized, anime-style character sitting cross-legged in a vast, white, empty void. The silence is deafening. The character's muscles are tense, sweat beading on their brow. A golden aura flickers weakly around them. Suddenly, a barrage of digital icons, social media notifications, emails, breaking news alerts, fly towards them like energy blasts. The character flinches, their aura sputtering with each impact. Have you ever felt it? That invisible force holding you down, heavier than any weight in the gym. It's not in your muscles. It's in your mind. It's the constant, crushing pressure of a world that never stops screaming for your attention. Every notification, every email, every quick question, is a small claim on your soul. We call this the gravity of noise. It's the silent killer of potential, the thief of destiny. But what if I told you there was a way to escape it? A way to step into a place where a single day of focused effort could yield a year's worth of progress? Today, we are not just talking about productivity. We are talking about bending time itself to your will. I will give you the psychological keys to the one place where limits are not just broken, but annihilated, the hyperbolic time chamber. And I promise you, by the end of this session, you will know how to build your own. Phase 2. The problem, visual shift to a first-person perspective. A hand holding a smartphone, endlessly scrolling through a feed. The world outside the phone is blurred and gray. The character's own reflection in the screen looks tired and unfulfilled. Let's be honest with each other. You have goals. Big ones. You can see the person you want to become, standing on a distant summit, radiating power and purpose. You have the books, the courses, the plans. You have more access to information and tools than any generation in human history. So why, at the end of the day, do you collapse onto your bed feeling drained, but not accomplished? You feel the sting of busyness, but not the satisfaction of progress. You were in motion all day, but you never actually moved forward. You know the feeling. You sit down, determined. Today is the day you write the chapter, build the business plan, master the code. Your focus is a gleaming sword. But then, a buzz. A vibration in your pocket. A tiny, insignificant notification. It's nothing, you tell yourself. A quick check won't hurt. But it does. That quick check becomes a 5-minute scroll. That scroll leads to a must-watch video. That video reminds you of an email you forgot to send. As you open your inbox, you see a dozen new fires to put out. 2 hours evaporate. Your focus, once a sharpened blade, is now a dull, battered piece of metal. Your energy is gone. The summit you were climbing seems further away than ever. This is the insidious nature of the gravity of noise. It doesn't defeat you with a single, devastating blow. It grinds you down, atom by atom. It convinces you that being available is the same as being valuable. It tricks you into believing that responding is the same as creating. But here is the hidden, terrifying cost of living this way. It's not just about the time you lose. It's about the ability you lose. Every time you surrender to a distraction, you're training your brain to be distractible. You are weakening the neural pathways of deep focus and strengthening the pathways of shallow, reactive thinking. You are forging a mind that is incapable of the very work required to achieve greatness. The true cost is the ghost of the person you were meant to be. The master artist, the visionary entrepreneur, the disciplined warrior, that version of you is suffocating under the weight of 1,000 trivialities. The gravity of noise isn't just stealing your time, it's stealing your future. Phase 3. Solution, visual shift dramatically. We see the iconic door to the hyperbolic time chamber. It opens with a blinding white light. Inside, Vegeta stands alone, the 10x gravity visibly pressing on him. He smirks, a bead of sweat tracing a line through the grime on his face. He is in his element. In the world of the Z fighters, when the threat is so immense that normal training is useless, when time itself is the enemy, they turn to a single, legendary solution: the room of spirit and time. The hyperbolic time chamber. Most see it as a magical room that speeds up time. A year inside is only a day outside. But that is a surface-level understanding. To see it merely as a time-saving device is to miss its profound psychological genius. The chamber is not a place, it is a philosophy. It is the ultimate expression of what modern psychology has a much less epic name for: deep work. The chamber's power doesn't come from what it adds, but from what it removes. It strips away everything, every distraction, every comfort, every excuse, until only two things remain: you and your objective. It is a crucible designed for a single purpose: to force an evolution. To understand how to build our own, we must first understand its fundamental laws. First is the law of deliberate isolation. The chamber is a featureless, white void stretching to infinity. There are no DMs to check. No news feeds to scroll. No one to talk to but your training partner and yourself. Its power is born from its emptiness. In this sacred isolation, the warrior cannot run from the work. They cannot numb the pain of growth with the drug of distraction. They must turn inward and face the task at hand, fully and completely. This is the first, non-negotiable step. You must declare war on distraction and create a space where the only voice you can hear is your own. Second is the law of amplified stakes. Inside the chamber, the environment is hostile. The gravity is 10 times that of Earth. The temperature fluctuates wildly. The air is thin. And time is a currency of immense value. Every minute wasted is an hour of potential squandered. This intense, high-stakes environment forces a state of absolute presence. There is no room for half-hearted effort. You are either 100% engaged, or you are crushed. To enter our own chamber, we must artificially create this pressure. We must define our goals with such razor-sharp clarity and attach such profound importance to them that mediocrity becomes an existential threat. And third, most importantly, is the law of radical self-confrontation. When you strip away all external noise, you are left with the deafening roar of your own inner world. In the chamber, Vegeta wasn't just fighting the gravity, he was fighting his own arrogant pride, his obsession with surpassing Goku. Gohan wasn't just learning to control his power. He was confronting the gentle soul within him that was terrified of his own limitless potential. The chamber is a mirror. It shows you every flaw, every weakness, every lie you tell yourself. And it gives you two choices: confront it and transcend, or be consumed by it. True growth begins when the battle shifts from the external world to the internal landscape of the self. Think of it like this: the hyperbolic time chamber is a mental forge. The isolation is the searing heat that burns away all impurities. The amplified stakes are the relentless hammer blows that shape the raw material. Your current self is the unrefined iron ore. The process is violent. It is uncomfortable. But it is the only way to forge yourself from a brittle piece of metal into a legendary, unbreakable blade. Phase 4. The application. You understand the philosophy. Now, let's get practical. You don't need a mystical doorway on a celestial lookout. You can build your own hyperbolic time chamber, starting tomorrow. Here is the 5-step blueprint. Step 1. Construct your chamber. This is not a metaphor. You must create a physical and digital fortress of solitude. Physically, designate one specific location, a desk, a corner of a room, even a specific chair, that is used for deep work only. When you are in this space, you do not browse, you do not check your phone, you do not multitask. This space is sacred. Put a literal sign on the door if you have to. The ritual of entering this physical space signals a powerful shift to your brain. It's time to train. Digitally. Your laptop is the greatest source of the gravity of noise. Tame it. Create a new, separate user profile on your computer named The Chamber or Deep Work. This profile has a blank desktop. The web browser has no social media bookmarks, no YouTube, no news sites. Use a website blocker like Freedom or Cold Turkey and be ruthless. When you log into this user profile, you are digitally entering the white void. Your phone? It does not enter the chamber. Put it in another room. On silent. Period. Step 2. Define the gravity. You must manufacture the amplified stakes. A vague goal is a weak opponent. You need a dragon to slay. Set a singular mission. Before you enter your chamber, take 5 minutes to define your objective with absolute clarity. Not work on my novel. It's write 750 words of chapter 4, focusing on the dialogue between the hero and the mentor. not study for the exam. It's complete 30 practice problems for Module 2 and review the answer key. Write this one mission on a piece of paper and place it in front of you. This is the only thing that exists for the duration of your session. Asterisk set the clock. Time pressure is your ally. Start with the Pomodoro technique if you're a beginner. 25 minutes of unbroken focus, followed by a 5-minute break. But to truly access the chamber's power, you must work your way up to 90-minute blocks. This is the scientifically backed, ultradian rhythm for peak cognitive performance. Set a timer, and treat that alarm as the sacred signal that your time in the chamber is over. Until it rings, you do not stop. Step 3. Endure the entry threshold. The first 20 minutes inside the chamber are hell. This is when your untrained mind, addicted to distraction, will rebel. Asterisk recognize the itch. You will feel a powerful, physical urge to escape. Your mind will invent 1,000 urgent reasons to check your phone, to look something up, to get a snack. This is the withdrawal. It's your brain screaming for its usual hit of dopamine. Asterisk practice the acknowledge and release technique. Do not fight the urge. That gives it power. Instead, when the thought arises, I wonder what's happening on Instagram, calmly acknowledge it. Say to yourself, ah, there is the itch. Take one deep breath. And gently turn your attention back to the mission on the paper in front of you. Every time you do this, you are performing one representative for your focus muscle. It will be brutally difficult at first, but this is the most important part of the training. Step 4. Confront the inner noise. Once you're past the initial threshold, the battle moves inward. You must manage your own thoughts. Asterisk use a distraction pad. Keep a simple notepad and pen next to you. When an unrelated but seemingly important thought bursts into your mind, oh, I need to email my professor back, or I forgot to buy garlic, don't let it derail you. Quickly scribble it down on the pad without judgment. This act releases it from your working memory, giving you permission to forget it until after the session. Then, immediately return to your primary mission. Asterisk analyze the data. After your chamber session ends, look at this notepad. This is a direct diagnostic of your mind's anxieties and tendencies for distraction. Is it filled with work tasks? Social obligations? Random ideas? This list is your intel. It tells you what you need to organize or resolve before your next session, so your mind can be clear and calm. Step 5. Emerge and integrate. Training in the chamber is only half the battle. How you exit is just as important. Asterisk declare victory and rest. When the timer goes off, stop. Even if you're in a state of flow. Close the laptop. Stand up and physically leave your chamber space. You must teach your brain that the session has a clear end, and that rest is the reward. Go for a walk. Get some sun. Do something completely non-cognitive. Asterisk review the results. Take 2 minutes to look at what you accomplished. You wrote the 750 words. You solved the 30 problems. Acknowledge this win. Feel the pride and satisfaction. This positive reinforcement is crucial. It rewires your brain to associate the chamber not with pain and struggle, but with victory and progress. This is what will make you eager to return. This is not a one-time trick. This is a practice. A discipline. Your first session might only last 15 minutes before you break. That's fine. The goal isn't immediate perfection. The goal is to show up, enter the chamber, and fight. Tomorrow, you'll last 20 minutes. Next week, 45. In a month, you'll be logging 90-minute sessions that produce more value than entire weeks of your old, distracted way of living. You will be bending time. ### Phase 5. The proof, visuals return to the epic, anime style. We see Vegeta entering the chamber for the first time before the Cell games. He is cocky, smirking. Quick cuts of him powering up, achieving Super Saiyan 2nd grade. He emerges, arrogant, and is ultimately humbled by perfect Cell. Then, a stark contrast. We see a more mature, somber Vegeta entering the chamber years later before the fight with Majin Buu. His expression is different. It's not about ego, it's about responsibility. He emerges and makes the ultimate sacrifice. If you doubt the power of this philosophy, you need only look at the history of those who have used it. The proof is written in the stories, both fictional and real. Consider Vegeta. He enters the hyperbolic time chamber twice with two completely different outcomes. The first time, he enters with pure ego. His goal is simply to get stronger, to surpass Goku. He achieves a new level of power, yes, but he learns nothing of wisdom or strategy. He emerges as an arrogant, powerful fool and is swiftly defeated by a more intelligent opponent. He brought ego into the chamber, and the chamber amplified it. But the second time he enters, years later, he is a different man. He has a family. He has seen the consequences of his pride. He enters not just to gain power, but to gain the strength to protect what he loves. He confronts his own demons inside that white void. He emerges not just stronger, but wiser. The chamber doesn't just build power. It reveals and magnifies the intent of the warrior who enters. What you bring in with you, ego or purpose, will determine everything about what you become. This is not just the stuff of anime legend. This principle is a cornerstone of high achievement in our own world. The psychologist and computer scientist Cal Newport, in his seminal book, Deep Work, codified this very idea. He proposed a formula for achievement: high-quality work produced equals X. In a world obsessed with hacking the time spent variable, working longer hours, sleeping less, the true masters, the limit breakers, understand that the real leverage is in the intensity of focus variable. The time chamber is a machine for maximizing that intensity to its theoretical limit. Look at the giants of history. Carl Jung, the father of analytical psychology, felt the gravity of noise from the modern world. His solution? He built a literal stone tower in Bollingen, with no electricity or running water, a personal time chamber where he could retreat and write the works that would change our understanding of the human mind. Bill Gates is famous for his Think Weeks. Twice a year, he isolates himself in a secluded cabin, no visitors, no distractions, to do nothing but read and think deeply. These are the sessions that gave birth to Microsoft's biggest innovations. The logic is undeniable. Our brains are single-tasking processors. The popular myth of multitasking is a lie. What we are actually doing is called context switching, rapidly toggling our attention between tasks. And every single switch carries a cognitive cost. It burns mental energy, introduces errors, and prevents you from ever reaching the deeper layers of thought where true insight and creativity live. By creating a chamber, by enforcing the law of deliberate isolation, you are not learning a new skill. You are simply removing the obstacles that prevent your brain from operating at the peak level it was always designed for. You are creating the conditions for your own greatness to emerge. Phase 6. The call to action. The video's host character appears on screen, looking directly at the viewer. Their aura is now a steady, powerful, confident flame. They are no longer struggling, but are a master of their own inner world. The door to the chamber is right in front of you. The choice to open it, to step inside and face yourself, is yours alone. The gravity of noise will fight you. Your old habits will scream in protest. But the power you will forge in that silence will change the course of your life. I have a question for you. What is the single biggest source of noise that pulls you out of your focus? Is it your phone? Is it email? Is it your own racing thoughts? And more importantly, what is one step you will take this week to begin building the walls of your own time chamber? Declare your intention. Share your strategy in the comments below. Reading each other's plans will forge a collective strength. Let's build this legacy together. If you are ready to stop floating in the shallows and start training in the deep, if you are ready to become a warrior of focus in a world of distraction, then join the Limit Breaker Legacy. Hit that subscribe button and power up the notification bell. We are a crew dedicated to breaking not just our physical, but our mental limits. Every video is a training session. Now that you have the blueprint for creating the environment for exponential growth, your next step is to master the mindset required to survive it. Pride, ego, self-doubt. These are the opponents waiting for you inside the chamber. Click here to watch our next session. The Saiyan Elite Mentality. How to use pride as fuel, not poison. Master your chamber. Then, master your mind. The training continues.